Hi there, Simon from simonwoods.com. Got 5 champagnes in front of me. I'm going to taste them all, and then I'm going off later to a 50th birthday party, and I won't be drinking them all, but somebody else will hopefully be polishing them off. But if they are any good, let's have a see whether they are. First one I have got Canard-Duchêne, Charles VII. I don't know what Charles VII did, I'm not a great historian. Grande Cuvée, Le Victorieux, so it sounds like he was victorious in something. It's available in Majestic for £25, normally £35, so it's probably about a 30 quid wine. And a cynic would say it's £25, and then the rest of the year when it's not £25, it's at the overinflated price of £35. Cynic, hey, let's just dig my nose in and see how we get on. First thing I'm assaulted with is a blast of sulphur dioxide. It sort of made me gag a little, so going, just took my breath away. But then beyond that, there's a slightly bruised apple richness, bit of honey. It feels like there's quite a mature wine in here. I don't know how long it's been in this bottle. Let's have a look what the cork looks like. Where's it gone? Well, actually, the cork doesn't look like it's been in there all that long, but feels like the wine inside has done a bit of maturing somewhere. Let's try it. Fresh, fruity, it's weird, it's like there's a fresh bit and there's a mature bit, so there's a mature, slightly biscuity character going on, and then there's a crisp green apple edge as well. Some yeasty complexity, actually complexity is the wrong word, it is quite a simple wine, honest, fruity, tasty, with this bit of toasty, biscuity maturity, but not hugely classy, but at 25 quid, that's the going rate, that's what you get for champagne at that price. It's okay. Next, 2 rather famous names. Actually, Canard-Duchêne is pretty famous, but these are even more famous. This is Moet, ARP. Does that mean average retail price? £28.99. So, same sort of price as the first one. And, of course, with all champagnes, if you dig around, you can probably get it far more expensively and far cheaper as well. Now this doesn't smell quite as sprightly, and there's a slightly earthy heaviness about it. I noticed some toastiness, but also it's almost like some sulphury clay, if that makes sense, just to me. Bit of citrus, bit of something like pear, maybe again that green apple edge. Not hugely complex, and whereas the first one, again I said about that, not hugely complex, that one did have a bit of biscuity richness behind it. Here this feels a little bit on the young and scrawny side. It feels like the base wine of the Canard-Duchêne was a little bit older. Here it almost feels like work in progress, so it doesn't look all that good now. Maybe this bottling 6 months from now will look a bit better, but by that time you'll probably be onto a different bottling. If you are really into stuff like that, you can have a look at some of these bottles, and there'll be a code on there showing you which bottling is which. I saw that a magazine recently had refused to do anything on non-vintage champagne unless the champagne came with details of when it was disgorged. It doesn't say it on here, but it's okay. But famous name rather resting on its laurels, I think. Let's see whether we can say the same about another famous name, Veuve Clicquot. Let's call it yellow label because it's got an orange label. Do you understand that? No, I don't either. But hey, give it a whirl. Some apple, some pear, and if you're in the north of England, nugget. And if you're elsewhere, nougat. And yeah, it smells like it's going to be a rounder, richer style than the Moet. Is it from extra age? Is it from extra dosage? A little bit of sweetness in there rounds it out. Let's have a see. Yeah, a richer style than the Moet. Feels like a more rounded and confident style. The Moet maybe needs a few more months to get into its stride, but this one is looking decent. Again, not hugely complex, but most satisfying so far. It's got this bit of elegance to it, these nutty characters, that bit of honey, and this quite lush fruit going all the way through it. I was wondering whether it will feel like a touch sweet, but no, it feels in reasonable balance. Pretty decent. Decent but not great. Let's see whether those are all non-vintage. Got 2004s to finish. First one is Les Pionniers. It's the co-op's own label, so they're called the Pioneers, but Les Pionniers. And élaboré par, well, it's the Charles Heidsieck family, so they usually make some pretty decent grog. Let's have a look what this one's like. Well, there's a couple of things I notice here. First of all, there's the rounded, nutty confidence of maturity, with some of those yeasty characters going into the bread dough and brioche, whatever you want to call it, end. But also, it feels like it's a finer wine. It feels like there's a little bit of a seam of acidity going through it to keep it all fresh. But the fruit round it got this elegant, slightly floral citrus and orchard fruit edge. Feels like a wine at a sort of transition stage, because there's a young bit, there's this young, vibrant, crisp acidity, appley and citrus acidity holding it, that's the backbone. But then there's this slightly nutty, bready maturity going on as well. A wine that, yes, happily drink it now, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's better in a year or two. Looking good, not looking immensely classy, but I don't think it's at a price that is aiming to be immensely classy, but pretty decent drink. Yeah, rich but lively. Good. Second 2004, Champagne Thiénot, Grasse. I think this is probably the most expensive of them, knocking 40 quid. Give it a whirl. Interesting contrast between these two 2004s. The Co-op one, that was majored on that rich, toasty, bready end. This one feels a little bit more elegant, fine-boned, floral. Feels like a daintier, finer wine. Let's see whether it is. And it's strange, it starts off elegant and then there's this richer core that comes through. So whereas the Pioneers one, that was the one that started off rich and then its elegant side came through. This one starts off elegant and then this richer side comes through. So you're getting, a creamy, almost buttery edge here. And what I like about it is it feels like a wine that will grow and grow in the glass. Almost, I know some people decant champagnes now. This feels like one of those that would actually grow with a little time, given time to breathe. Or simply serve it in a decent glass and let the wine come out. Because champagne is a wine. Give it a proper wine glass. It deserves a chance to have its say. So I'm going to have another slug. And it's got quite rich fruit flavours in there. It's got things like pineapple and this slight toasted almond character. It feels, as I said, work in progress. Would love to see that next Christmas rather than this Christmas. And so I suppose the one I'm going to drink tonight, toss it between the Clicquot and the Co-op one. But there'll be other people at the party who will probably help me polish the rest of them off. And happy birthday, Becky. It's her birthday. And for the rest of you, see you soon.